Welcome back to another Canon Flash recap. I'm your host Terry. Today I'm doing episode 16, Run Iris Run. Man, this episode pretty much confirmed that Barry baby talking to Iris to run is just as annoying as Iris doing it to Barry. So that's one thing we learned today. But yeah, this episode was cool. It was cool. I appreciated the whole look at Iris being a speedster thing. That was kind of cool. The whole, I guess, subplot behind it with I always forget his name, but Ralph. There we go. With Ralph kind of saying something to Iris and her getting all in her feelings. I thought that was just too much. I mean, she was getting all upset because she took something the wrong way, whatever. And again, Iris, you're not the leader of this team. You should not be the leader of this team. And if there's anything I can take from this episode, I'm praying that that's a hint at Iris going back to work or finding some business to do. She's not the leader. I appreciate when Barry has to take her spot. He's all confused. Oh, that's the wrong control panel. Oh, trying to make it seem like what she does is hard, but come on. It's not a question. There's heroes and sidekicks. There's the guy in the chair or woman in the chair. It's just how it is. Like, and the main fact is she should never have been there. Caitlin, Cisco, Wells back in season 1, they didn't complain. That's what they were good at. That's what they like doing. She has a fearless streak. She wants the action. So she was a reporter. I still think she should become a cop, and that would solve a lot. But either way, that's what she's bred to do. She's not bred to be behind the scenes, but she's also not a hero because she doesn't have the powers or whatever. And so, get her from the leader position, quote unquote. That's not who she is. It does not fit her. It does not fit her history. And I thought this was a decent little look at why we need to move on from that whole experiment with her as the leader of Team Flash. It was ridiculous. Ralph was absolutely right to call her out and be like, you sit here. We do this for real. And so I'm cool with that. But then her having the powers, it was a convenient way to have meta that could switch people's powers. It's pretty much what we expected. So, whatever. That part was whatever. But I had some fun with it again. They had the little training mission with the fire, and she had to learn how to do that. And yeah, it was all cool. It was cool. The plot B kind of with Cisco and Wells going at it about making the thinking cap. That was interesting. I like their banter back and forth. Is one of the better parts about the season. But this whole thinking cap is so clearly setting up something more sinister or twist than, actually helping. So we'll see kind of where they get with that. But they've been playing up this whole Wells versus, I almost called him Brainiac, versus the Thinker. They've been playing that up all season. And that Wells feels inferior because he can't be as smart as him. So not really, surprised by that. I like how they're kind of naturally flowing with it, though. Now, the last thing I'll say. Can we please stop with the evil metas? Like, the thing in Flash that gets me is that all these people get powers from, I almost said the Big Bang, that static shock. They get it from the particle accelerator. Why is it that darn near 90% of the people affected are evil? It just, I don't get it. I mean, sure, is it a commentary on all people are evil? I don't know, but I just don't believe people who gain powers like that not only would be that quick to engage in illegal activities to the point you're fighting cops in the middle of daylight, but also killing people and putting innocent people in harm if you weren't a crook before. Like, some of them were bad guys before and then they got powers. Cool. But some of these people are regular and then they get the powers and they just turn evil. I just don't believe it. And then I don't know. I just feel like on top of that, how ironic is it all these people that were bad guys end up getting powers? I don't know. Like, you got Barry, who for a long time was the only good guy with powers. Ralph kind of came around from the bus matters. I don't know. It's just too much for me. I just don't see this many people just turning straight up evil. Like, because in this episode, they take the power from the guy who was evil once again. Got powers from the explosion, now he's evil. Accidentally transfer it to a random guy in the bank robbery, and all of a sudden he's evil. I want my money. I'm going to get my money. I'm like, okay. It's just ridiculous. To me, it's a little ridiculous, and I'm a little tired of it. But yeah, overall, this episode didn't give us nothing too groundbreaking. Gave us a little bit of lame tropes, a little bit of convenient things that they had, like Cisco could have been saved Iris, and Barry trying to coach her instead of just, that was silly. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was a cool little exercise in the filler episode. I'm going to give it a 78 out of 100. C+ episode, pretty good. Above average, nothing great. As far as the next episode looks like another filler episode. That's kind of a pun because it's all about helium. Actually, it looks pretty stupid. But anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you thought. Thumbs up, subscribe. And if you heard here, it's official canon.